Hi everybody, welcome to Starbase Expanded episode number 13. Luck of the Irish, so I guess it's happy St. Patrick's Day for everyone over there in America today. That was yesterday for us. So that's a fairly big thing in Australia as well. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so Alex is going to be with me again today. Thanks for being with me, Alex.
Hello, Steph. How are you doing?
Doing well this week. Now I've got water. I've had a bit of trouble with that pump last week.
Dead of night, just because of the stupid time change.
Ah, no, yeah, it's the same with, okay, yeah. We have it. It affects me too. So the things like the Saturday lunchtime live stream, when you guys are in winter and I'm in summer, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning, which is fine. But now when I'm in winter or autumn and you guys are coming into summer, it's 3 a.m. So yeah, it does affect us a bit, that time change.
Not fun.
Personally, I don't mind time. I know a lot of people complain about it, but personally, I don't mind daylight savings. It works for me. I don't know. It works for tradesmen. So, anywho, we seem to have to put up with it. I know a lot of people don't like it. It may even get cancelled one day. Okay, so this is the fancy ride we flew in last week. It's just recently been painted, which is nice colours, nice red, white, blue colours, fairly plain, sort of nice lines and that. They look nice in these sort of colours. Australia likes the red, white, and blue colours too. Our flags are red, white, and blue. So, let's just start over here. Why not? I think you spoke about this in the live stream, but yeah, there's some. They're bringing out the old Gateway to Mars sign.
I just want Gateway to M.
So you can make it Moon or Mars, sure. And you can write in text to them, can't you? Like permanent marker after it.
Or just have it cut off where the wall stops. So they ran out of room.
Ah, yeah, with dot dot dot. So this week it's Moon, and then over the next few months we can say Mars. Hey, there's that. Sorry.
Yeah, now it's all good. I was just saying choose your own adventure. And yeah.
Yeah. Is this the same? Is this the extra? Is this the spare for Massey's? Is it the same as Massey's ones?
It's the same, but it has a rust at the inlet on the end. So I'm not sure if that's because the spare was sitting here forever.
Oh, that might be the broken one.
And they're doing some things at Massey's where there'll be less utilization of those moving forward.
Yeah, actually, that's a good lead into that, actually, because I really wanted your take on that, actually. I haven't quite worked it out. There's obviously something very different going on over there at Massey's. You mean all this in here, don't you?
Yes, there is a high pressure water jacketed vaporizer.
Oh, that goes into there.
Right. And if we take a little detour to D1 at the launch site.
What, one sec?
Because if we're gonna go on a journey, we might as well go all the way.
I'm all in for that for sure, absolutely. Let me see here. D1. Why can't I find it straight away? Well, that's not it.
Yeah, D0, D1, whatever that bottom gate is by. Yeah, those buys the Cybertrucks and the red truck. There's a row on crates of those gray boxes, right directly below your hand, right there. Those are some of the old heaters that they were using for the vaporizers in Pad Scrap's fluid bunker.
Oh yeah. I saw them last week too, yeah?
Yeah, they've been there for a while. I had high hopes they were microturbines, but they're not. Starship Gazer got a great shot of them, of the labels today. And previously at Pad Scrap, they were using the same vaporizers that they're setting up at Massey's with these heaters to vaporize the nitrogen and methane for pre-press and pressure building. So it
I
appears
thought they were the same but smaller. Are you saying they're actually the same?
they're
Actually, the same ones.
yeah, and there's another one that it hasn't been set up. No, the little one.
Oh, that
Right
one.
now. Yes, and there's another one of these that they haven't set up that's by the blast wall and the kettle reboilers. So we'd have to have the opposite angle. I know we didn't touch on this in the show.
What do you mean microturbine?
For a small scale generation, electrical generation, there's microturbines. Anything below, I want to say, 2 megawatts is for a gas turbine is considered a small, and then micro is generally below 250 kilowatt generation. So there's a lot of places. Okay.
So like a little turboprop like aircraft engine, but just a turbine part hooked onto a genset, yeah.
Exactly. And they're gaining popularity. They'd be great for here as a launch site because you have the boil off gas and you could just burn that instead of flare it. And for a lot of data centers, they use those as their primary power since getting long-term natural gas contracts is generally cheaper than your utility. And the utility hookup is primarily for backup. So in case the natural gas supply gets severed or your gen sets go down.
So it's to create energy.
Electricity, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And then for data centers, you can do a combined cycle where you use absorption chillers, and then you can use the waste heat to get some of your for cooling the air as well.
How does this system? So what's
This is identical to what they were doing. It had scrap in the fluid bunker for pressurizing the methane and nitrogen tanks for most of its life. They used it for the entirety that pad scrap was operational for methane pressure generation. So yeah, they're just reverting back to their old ways of generating. They're going to boil up some water, heat up some water, and use hot water to vaporize nitrogen.
Instead of these?
In tandem with.
Okay, I thought it maybe just to charge the system up initially was my first thought.
You need a constant volume, more or less, of nitrogen to run the system. So, yeah, I mean,
Cool, because they've like taken out. There was this pipe around the back here. They've taken out. We kind of traced some of this with a show and tell, and they've taken this pipe off for now, and then this other pipe seems to run from the QD near the. Seems to run here. This pipe up to the gantry. I might have that pipe traced wrong.
I haven't traced that one recently. Previously, this was set up for, and yeah, I mean, they might be also just, but that line's going to their pumps, and that the pump outlet isn't connected yet, but the vaporizer is connected to the tank. So
I figure that pipe's going to go into there, yeah?
No, it's going to have to be tapped into the pipe, into one of the tanks, because there's circulating water through it. Because previously, there's a pipe that you traced ran into one of those, into that tank. Yeah, the lower pipe is one. That one should run into one of the tanks. I think the other one that you had your hand on, that's a new one that's, I think, going all the way to the gantry. Which is weird because that's, yeah.
I would have thought they would have gone to the bunker rather than the gantry, but it seems to go all the way. It seems to come this way. I haven't got a shot from behind there, but it seems to be this one. Yeah, I would have thought it would have gone like that other. This pipe would have just gone into here somewhere.
I don't like these running changes.
They're kind of hard to trace. And has it got anything to do with? Do you think it's linked with this system at all?
It's all possible. If the system is also, they're definitely reworking this entire. Used to just be self-contained deluge. Now it's branching out.
Because they're changing electrical bunker here as well. There's quite a few changes going on in here, actually.
Yeah.
Very minor, but there's quite a few little points like that pipe over there, and then there's this pipe here, which I'm not sure whether it's a new one going to go in here or whether that's one of the old pipes. I haven't seen this angle before.
I think that's the old one that used to connect his pump inlet. Yeah, that one, that end pump is, I think, or no, it's one of those pumps used to be. Two of them were, I think, one was used for filling, and two were used for circulating, for priming the system previously. So yeah, I think that pipe is one that they used to be connecting to the two closer pipes to us. Yeah, that used wherever that pipe used to run, but that piece is new.
Looks like, well, maybe that'll be hooked to. Is that a connection down there? Is that the other connection for the circulation, water circulation? Is that down to here?
Or that's that's either the water or that's the nitrogen. I think that's the water. No, that's water. That's because the gas goes in the top. So yeah.
Gas goes in here.
No, I think the water, because that's what's the shell portion, and the ones coming out of the cap go to the tube. The tubes that are inside of that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, like these ones here. Yeah, they got the main pipes on top, and the actual commodity goes through the end here, like a bit like the other heat, a bit like most of the heat exchangers actually here.
Exactly. Yeah, it's.
There's some kind of. I was joking with Zach was on the show and tell too. He's just finished the water deluge farm here, and now they're going to change it on him.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at that black and silver pipe there. Is that like insulated, uninsulated?
That's yeah. That one's a liquid nitrogen pipe.
Oh, so temperature coefficient won't really come into that then, would it?
Yeah, that's tapping off the main liquid nitrogen tank.
And it runs into this system in here. So there's something going. So is this another this is another sort of column?
Yeah.
Just it's a horizontal column rather than a vertical column.
And some of these more simple air quotes, they're making them themselves.
Yeah. I like that one, like this one underneath the methane tanks over there.
They're.
Oh, that's not it. But you know what I mean. Yeah, under here.
Yeah.
That one under there, that one down there.
Yeah, those two. There's one they added to the 4 new horizontal tanks at the launch site. There's the one they built for underneath the 2s. Those are all parts of the reclamation system.
Very good. Yeah, under here. There's one under there, and there's the new one under here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah, you can see it poking
two
out.
under. Sorry.
I think it's one, and I think there's might be two.
There's an angle, yeah, it pokes out that side, yeah.
Yeah, this shot you can see it poking out the bottom of the front. Yeah. That silver pipe there where your hand was just on. Now that the one right below across from that one. Not that one, the other one. No, that's the inlet. Between that and the pipeway, there's a silver pipe. Yeah, that one. That's coming from that same tube reclamation device they made. And it's right by the leg poking out. The other side, directly the other side, and if you come down towards the lower tank,
there it is.
Yeah, it sticks out a lot further than I remember it.
Cool. So some kind of changes, to the water deluge, either for in your eyes, it's for more gas generation, or for combined gas generation, and maybe for priming. I'm not sure what I'm thinking, but
Yeah,
anyway,
it could be
it's
for
all
priming.
news. So I wonder if this is actually the old ones from pad scrap.
It could be from that or the suborbital, but it's in a little better shape than the suborbital ones. And actually, now that I think about it, they might just be using us for the COPV testing for generating. They might not even be using it for the deluge portion.
But isn't it hooked in here already? Isn't that hooked in already?
Yeah, but that's just for the water supply.
Sure, yep. Of course, yep.
Yeah, we haven't seen where they're routing the gas yet.
Yep, true, yep. That'll tell us a bit more for sure, yep.
Yeah, because I was like, maybe they're moving the heaters over, and that's a water line, the new pipe that is heading towards the launch, this hot fire gantry.
So this new electrical too may be an upgrade to actually run the heaters too, yeah?
Yeah, they had that trenched since I think January. I went back and that was already broken up, so
yeah,
it's been in cooking for a while.
Yeah, because they must have, because when they did the whole rewire, I noticed they put the new wires into here, so I figured they were just upgrading their control circuitry and maybe some electrical circuitry. Now they're doing this, they've come back and revisited, and they've actually upgraded once again. Another upgrade on top of an upgrade, I think is what's going on there.
And is that control panel right between the old heat exchangers and the tank? If we can see the back of it on the metal frame. Yeah, has that one always been there? Or is that new?
Well, I'll have to go back and have a quick look. Hang on. The masses, let me see. Where are you? Oh, this one will show it. Yeah, it's there from 2 weeks ago.
Okay, that might have been there forever.
Yeah, see, that's right. Yeah, you're right. They had it. They did one upgrade, and now they're doing another upgrade. Yeah. So that's the nitrogen. What do you call it? Where you fill up the tank? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
fill. Yeah, and then so this other pipe that was over here, was that a water fill up? Was it water?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And they're doing some work on the other side of these tanks. I saw. They also could be moving the inlet to this side as well.
And also, this line might have been that it's like it's the launch site where they can fill this tank from the main from the main tank farm rather than having to bring a tanker all the way around here.
That I would expect it to have been insulated.
True, yeah. Well, it is at the launch site, yeah, too, yeah. But that was only because I was confused about that pipe down the back, which is actually wood. So to drop off nitrogen's still here anyway, so they're still going to use this system to fill this tank up by the look of it. Because they did some work up here as well at some stage.
Put some new lights up there, up at the very top.
Just
You can
light.
see 'em.
Okay, cool. Oh, that's a bit boring.
Yeah, over there by the trench, between the trench and the tank, where there's that telehandler. Yeah, they've been doing some work in here as well. Oh, they're just replacing the railing.
They took some railing off. They've actually taken some railing off here, yeah. That's when you look at some of the other photos, like from the week or whatever, or even from the angle. Actually, this angle shot shows it. That shape is the same as the top of these rails.
Yeah.
What's all this? And they're doing something under there, yeah.
That might just be, they might be redoing the rails continuous, though they're just pipe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what you're saying, yeah. Oh, they are too. Look at that. There's the old system with the panels, and here's the new system with straight, yeah.
Doing the cheap, easy way.
So these were like drop-in panels, and now they're putting in proper rails, like stockyards, cattle yards.
Right.
Keep the cattle out.
Yeah, because you could also get to the tank, fill the silver pipe at the bottom of the frame by the tank down. That one is also you could fill water into the tanks with, because that's leads down to the sump.
Is there somewhere they can plug a tanker in?
Go back to the top. I thought I saw something new. That second pipe looks like they could put a tanker, plug it right there.
Yep.
So, or that's strictly the just for draining the sump, but we don't know what they've done in the trench. So,
oh, so they could actually pump straight into a Maybach truck to pump the trench out rather than going straight into the tanks as an option.
Yeah. Because they've changed the valve set, where there's by the tip of the tanks, there's the pipes come together, and there's the two valves. They've done some work there, but nothing conclusive.
Awesome. No, g'day chat below. Just looking at chat for the first time as a 160 odd of you. Good on you for showing up and showing some support. And Matt, do you want to talk about chat for a sec? Oh, Indy, sorry. Indy, I think you're doing chat today, aren't you?
I could do my best Matt impression. Yeah, actually, I'd love to. We actually have 3 generous donations from Jess Martin. He initially did a £3 donation, then he did a gifted membership, and then he just did a £5 donation. So thank you so much, Martin. And then we got a donation from Wilbo Baggins, who donated £2 and says, "For the intro music, it rocks." And that's
cool.
it.
And Indy, I notice sometimes when people do super chats, it goes on to our target, and sometimes it doesn't. Can you explain what's going on there, please?
Yeah,
I think Matt can take that one.
target.
Matt, do you know why? Because I don't.
I have no idea. They should all hit, honestly.
You have
because
to
YouTube.
top of the live chat.
One's a super chat and one's a super sticker, I think. Is that what's going on?
It could be that it only starts at a certain amount also. It might be like maybe the £2 or £3 ones don't hit it, and maybe the £5 one does. I'm not sure.
Because the ones that are in blue are super stickers, and the ones that are in green are super chats. So maybe that's what's going on. Anyhow, just that I noticed some.
Sorry, Event Dudes came in for the rescue. He said it's because it's set to teal. So it does have to do with the level of donation.
Okay, cool. Thanks. So just $5 for $5 up. Cool. Thanks. Just curious because I noticed sometimes it doesn't hit the goal, which is like I'm not complaining. I'm just curious. That's all. Cool. Thank you very much. All support is awesome, and just that sometimes I think people like to be rewarded for their contribution. So just making sure everyone gets the if they want to make the target go up, it's just to make sure that what they do is successful. That's all. Thank you. Alrighty. So g'day chat, and fire away your questions whenever you want. Let's go over here for a minute while we're here at Massey's. We kind of got sidetracked away from the port there, but that doesn't matter. That happens.
Yeah, I just dropped that in bubble chat in the green room.
Cool. Excuse me, just having a little coughing fit over here. Testing. Lots of testing going on. I think we've covered this fairly fully. They've got this thing hooked back up again over the top. I noticed they're using the new can crusher this time around. The lid. Oh, gesundheit. Kelly having a little sneeze in the background. Not sure why the choice of lids. I mean, I wonder if they want deliberately the other one, if they're going to keep them like separate on the two different stands for some reason.
Well, because on the OG can crusher there, they're not going to be doing any twisting or anything of it. They just need the more simple cap on there.
I thought it had the twisting. Oh, it doesn't have the mounts for the twisting. I thought it did.
Well, it can do it, but it hasn't got the rest of the hardware installed on it, like all the hydraulic lines and things that you see installed on the other cap.
Sure, I see. Yep.
Yeah, because that.
It's missing these lugs too, the new cap, I think.
Some are there.
Okay, oops.
Yeah, it's right there. The two by the center. Right there's two of them.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I see now. Yep, there they are. Yep,
They're
hiding
sneaky.
Yep. Oh, that's not quite as obvious as the other ones. Yep, there they are. Yep, sure. Okay, yep.
But yeah, I mean, basically, from what I can see, is the other cap's pretty much only really useful for the. Well, it's useful for everything, but it's mostly useful for the super crusher, and then the other cap can be used for everything else. All the other
But
stands.
this can be upgraded to have all the rest of the hardware, and it just doesn't.
Oh,
have
yeah.
It from now.
Yeah.
So that might mean we'll see 18.3 come out. So they're expecting 18.3 to come out here before they had time to finish all this hardware, maybe on top of this one. Because 18.3 looks like it's going to be twisted and everything because they've redone these, haven't they? They've redone these mounts up the top here. On this leg over here. That must be that leg over there. Cool. And some sort of testing on the actual down camera or something underneath the tank, underneath the like the dome maybe. It's funny how these line up exactly with that grid pin again.
It's also
no, I don't think those have anything to do with that. I'm sure those are to put forces on the section of transfer tube hanging underneath the common dome.
It's also right in line where the landing tank would be.
Yeah. So is it right? It's on this side, isn't it? A landing tank right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe pushing on. So that
I'm
the main
still
tank
not
out
sure
here.
that tank is attached to that. I was scouring through the photos of 18 and couldn't see an attachment point of the landing tank to the downcomer.
No, it isn't. It's all onto the wall of the main tank, the oxygen tank.
Yeah.
There's a big spa. You want to call it a spa? There's a big.
There's there's a load of attachment points for the landing tank.
Yeah,
Daniel. Go.
Yeah, the two upper ones, one coming off from the tank, where there's the lower two arms would be one, and at those pretty much heading almost straight. No, not that one, from the hole almost to the tank wall. The hole on that tab. Yeah.
So
But
the line of, so I thought the line of force would be sort of through there, but it could be just through there too, couldn't it? The line of force.
except the way that this tank is being set up, it shouldn't. This is all unpressurized. It should all been tested in 17, not in 18.3, because that downcomer is more or less only rigidly attached to the aft dome. The bellows on top is essentially an accordion.
Yeah.
So
And this is all the top of the LOX tank, isn't it? This test tank, basically, with the dome right here.
yeah. It's mainly, there's a portion of the whatchamacallit, the transfer tube, and yeah, that's about it. And then the methane tank.
Yep. Cool. So yeah, lots and lots of testing. I think we've said this ad nauseum bit, though they're very much testing the new version 3s so much more than what they did with the version 2 stuff, which is good to see.
I mean, as I've said before to other people, I wouldn't be surprised if in the end it ends up being the test tanks that hold up Flight 12 the most. Because, I mean, they're still setting up the Super Crusher for the next. And then they're going to do however much testing they want to do with that test article. Same with 39.1. I don't think it's going to be super quick.
Yeah, it sort of seems to be slipping back month by month a bit, doesn't it? So, like, even February, March, even April seems really optimistic, doesn't it, at this point?
It's
And
assuming these tests are in the critical path for Flight 12.
yeah, see, Flight 12 hardware, this might be to moving on. Like, Flight 12 hardware might not have been, stripped of have all the light, all of the modifications to make the airframes tear out lighter. So maybe, Booster 20 moving forward will have even more, build even lighter, that they're still testing to see how far they can go with making the airframes lighter. Is that sort of what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, if they're, some of it could be nice to have, some of it's critical paths, some of it is probably running iterations. So
I think you better do a chat again there, Indy.
I was just going to say, while we're taking a break, we just got an amazing donation from Michael, who donated $100. Thank you so much. And then we also got 2 more donations. Another one from Martin, who donated £5. And Martin was just testing the system. And Event Dudes was kind enough to respond. He says test confirmed, and he donated $7.07. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much.
Unreal. That's so generous of you there, Michael. Wow. And the Event Dudes, yeah, test confirmed. Yep, cool. Oh, you did a $7. Yep, cool. That's awesome. Okay, so we're up to 4. That's cool.
And Martin, don't forget Martin.
Hey,
Yeah,
Martin,
no.
yeah. Indy mentioned Martin.
Martin's been
Yep.
donating since the beginning, Steph, like before even we started. He's been just donating like mad. Martin's the best.
Absolutely.
And
We appreciate. Go on.
just so you put a name to username, I guess. I believe Michael is our friend MS Wadley,
Okay.
who often upgrades our planes for us. So RGV doesn't have to fly in the smaller Cessna; he can fly in the larger one.
Ah, because the Discord name's different to YouTube name. Ah, awesome. I think he just
And I'm done.
confirmed that. Unreal, said the seal. I'm surprised,
we are-
Alex, they didn't put this fill all those tanks from the tank farm like they do at the launch site yet. I wonder if that's something they'll work on in the future, or whether it's just not necessary in sites like Massey's.
I think it's, yeah, I'd assume they'd switch it over in the future because it's always been really disjointed like this. But
And while we're on this shot, sorry, keep going.
no, I was done.
And while we're on this shot now, they've seemed to have commissioned the new LOX pumps. Maybe we'll see all this get removed, perhaps, and even the have they already disconnected these tanks? Is that what I'm seeing?
That kind of looks like what you're seeing, I think.
Does look, yeah, does look like there's nothing there, no.
Yeah,
Well, I'll be. Where is that?
yeah,
Here.
that looks disconnected, unless it went wireless.
Yeah. Yeah. Bluetooth.
Oh yeah, I called it. I called it before I saw it.
LOX
That's
pairing
rare.
complete.
That's rare for me. So these tanks are coming out then.
Yep. And
Those
more
pumps
LOX.
there, those pumps there, they don't do anything now, do they? The small
No.
ones.
No.
Let me see. Can they bring? Yeah, they can bring locks from this manifold through here into that manifold and back. They can use it, I think, Alex.
They could. But
Except maybe it's disconnected here.
No, that's always been a T, and it's always caught people out for years. It's kind of hilarious.
Cool. Well, hilarious at me again. Thank you very much.
I'm just hoping this means they'll move the beat up nitrogen tanks next.
As well, yeah. So we might even see. So these tanks here are actually for right here, huh?
Perhaps.
That'll look so much better. So, okay, so I mean, sorry, so many questions. Does that mean eventually they'll even get rid of this line and, make all this more better?
I would look at tea leaves and where they've been expanding their test footprints. At least 3 of those nitrogen tanks look like they're horribly in the way.
You mean these 3?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, late breaking. You heard it right here first. You heard it here right. Oh, you heard it first right here at RGV Aerial. They're going to get rid of these tanks sooner rather than later.
We do have a question from Capsex.
Sure,
He's
go for it.
He's wondering, could the 2 big tanks staged there be for replacement for those after all?
Yeah, that's what I just actually questioned. Yeah, but to
Asked
do
and
that,
answered. Yeah, sorry, my bad.
that's all good. That means if they're going to put them right here, there's a bit to move. That's a whole control bunker. I figured maybe they'd want to reroute that line. They could even just reroute it around the other side, I guess.
That control bunker goes with these tanks. They have to relocate the helium offload, but that's whether it's even still hooked up, I'm not sure. The 3 helium pumps at the top of those.
Yep. Okay. Well, that'll free up a bit of room. Yeah. Well, free up a bit of room to put more tanks in the same room, at least. Anyway. So, those 4 tanks must be like multitudes more locks than these 3 little babies. Considering the larger diameter, because when you change radius, it's the square rule with changing radius makes it, twice the radius, 4 times the volume. Kind of, there's some simple maths for you. Oh, that's cool. That's a cool thing to see. See, they still have a choice of pumps, but I imagine very soon we'll see, well, that whole line can come out, that little bridge can come out, and all these pumps can come out. And then it's just over here, we've still got a bit of liquid nitrogen and a gaseous nitrogen line. What's that line? What is that line over? Oh, it's electrical. What is that line over there?
And one of them will be the pneumatic line.
Yeah, for the valves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. I noticed some of these shots this week. Yeah, you could really get a good shot of that. Is it down just here? That other manual valve down in here.
And that'll be
And
able
that
to. Soon.
And that one. There's a really good shot there. This is a really blurry shot for that. Got some really good top downs this week. I just haven't got them in the right order yet because I didn't do a show this week. There's one of them. So it's currently
Open. Yes.
So that's sorry, that's coming into the system. Yeah, sorry, my brain wasn't working then for a second. And this one here, and he is open, and this one over here is
Be closed. Once that one should be closed. That one's open.
Yeah, that one's open. That one's closed. Yeah, and that used to feed off that LOX line down there.
Correct.
Plus whatever that is down there. That's going. Oh, that's going. Oh, that's the return. Oh, that's right. That's all to do with the return, isn't it?
No, that's the old feed. It's just dipping because it's intersecting with the distribution manifold that they have there. Wow, you pulled an Alex. I'm the master.
I know. I know it's tricky some days. So yeah, so we saw all that. We say that they've commissioned these LOX tanks because the new LOX pumps, because we saw some frost down here on the new LOX pumps, and they've dumped a heap of LOX over there at the flame trench, which is I thought was a bit wasteful. Apparently, it's not such a big thing after all. In the LOX sump, what do you call it? That pond over there. That pond had a lot of LOX in it, like a lot of LOX. Probably all of the LOX.
They probably did the equivalent of just a few tankings, but since their return line just ends up to atmosphere, you get a pond. At the launch site, it ends up back at the tank farm, except for the ship. The ship will just waterfall off the top of the tower or mid tower.
All right, so well, that's interesting at Massey's. Any questions at Massey's? We might move on from Massey's. There's no other questions. There wasn't. Oh, that's pretty exciting seeing that LOX over there disengaged and the new LOX pumps commissioned. Not much happened in the methane farm. They obviously ran for the testing of 39. They did, didn't they? They loaded. Did they load methane? They did they? On the 39?
I don't think so.
Oh, they didn't. Okay, so we haven't actually seen that used yet properly, yeah?
It was being used last week during testing. They've probably been running it like since June. Pretty much almost every night the orbital farm was for pad 2 was being run, and from around September they're running all the way to the tower or to the booster bunker. So I'm pretty sure it's been exercised quite a bit.
Oh, of course. That's because there's frost here as well. That's right. I didn't. Yeah, that's right. I remember now. Sorry. When I have a week off, sometimes I forget things.
I can't forget things after like an hour.
Oh, there's the wheel. I was wondering where the wheel got to.
Squirrel.
He must be looking at the. Oh no, I see. No, that's behind him. This is the driver's seat. Driver's seat being the left-hand seat in aircraft, like your cars, I guess. Yeah, testing. Yeah, not much else. Let's take a quick switch over to Sanchez quickly, and then we'll take some more questions. Any more questions for Masses?
Not for Massey specifically, but there is a question from All for One.
Okay, we can go there. Where is it for?
All for One's asking, what duration ship static fire will SpaceX be trying to accommodate with these tank upgrades?
They're still as water limited as they were previously. So, they could do a minute.
Nice. And then we also got 3 donations as well. We got 2 donations from Martin. The first one, £2. Martin says, thanks, Michael. And then another £2 from Wilbo Baggins, who says, bless Martin. And then Martin replies with another £2 and says, Wilbo, we have to support the elves. And we thank you all for your donations.
The elves, yeah, the elves that go for a fly for sure. Yeah, that's exactly right. Keep the fuel and the oxygen up. Yeah, cost a bit to refuel the oxygen bottle as well. Now we've got a 10,000 foot TFR. I'm wondering if that'll be lowered again when Booster 19 leaves the pad for a while.
Probably, yeah. I should imagine so. Just being extra cautious at the moment.
So the static fire, it's a good lead into the conversation about the static fire. Did it abort or was it just a start? Was it just a test just to start the engines and that was enough? They didn't need to run them very long or an abort?
It looked like a normal static fire to me that they used to run.
Me too.
It was about... Oh, go ahead, Indy.
No, I was just agreeing with Alex. I'm done.
I mean, they look to be slightly under a second, but I think, in my opinion, I think that's all they really wanted with this test and this with the booster in this configuration. I think they're saving like the full duration stuff for when the booster's actually got all of its engines.
The amount of water that was vaporized, they probably went more than a second. There's a period of time where the water coming over the edge stopped. You wouldn't get that from less than a second spool up.
True, although I'd say it's still fairly short, but I think that was... I know there's obviously a lot of debating about it at the moment, but I think that was planned. I know a lot of people are probably expecting more than 10 seconds or so, but no, I think that's all SpaceX wanted with this, with the booster in this configuration.
Yeah, I would look at previous how long they do their hot fires for, rather than
The one thing,
community desires for long duration static fires, which are in a lot of ways pointless unless you're trying to simulate a very specific condition. You can't simulate the tank under multiple Gs of acceleration on a static fire stand.
the one thing that makes me wonder, Jake, with what you're saying about how, it was done right. Normally, SpaceX is right there to say, hey, successfully static fire, successfully tested. They're out there bragging about it, and they didn't say anything about this, or unless I missed the post. Not saying wrong, but that's what I was kind of looking for to verify whether this was what their plan or not. But it's SpaceX, so they can do whatever they want whenever they want. Obviously wrong.
There's still time for some of it. I think Booster 19, I think the post about the cryo testing didn't come until like 3 days after the last cryo test. But yeah, if you look at SpaceX's post, they put out just before Booster 19 rolled, when it got to the pad. I think they've pretty much seemed to have if you read the wording correctly, I think they pretty much ticked off all the boxes that they mentioned on that post. I can't remember what it's called now, Stephanie. Oh, I don't think they used Booster 19 in the name in that post.
I might have to get someone else to look for it.
But yeah, the way they worded, in my opinion, the way they worded it, it was literally just minimal testing before going on to the actual. Well, I'd say the proper pre-flight testing at a later date when the booster's got all of its engines, and even then they could still do subsets, more subset engine testing, even when the booster's got all its engines, before going on to the full thing.
They
Yeah.
launched the stand itself.
Yeah, and I mean, with 10 engines, it's putting out virtually the same amount of water they would do if they had 33. 10 engines is going to swallow the water deluge. That's going to swallow the entire plume of 10 engines without any effort whatsoever. So, yeah, I wouldn't judge. Oh, it went out. It's like, well, no water's coming out the other end. It's being vaporized. That's sort of my metric that I was using.
This is the igniter test they did. I like the sound wherever it is. Might take a second. Oh, hang on. What is this video? I thought this was the igniter test. There was like a pop, then like a TARDIS noise. The actual igniters make a funny noise. That's a DSS. This is posted on. Oh, that's the static fire. That's not the right video. There's another video here somewhere. Oh, I've lost it. So the space engineers talking about using gases, using gaseous oxygen and methane for the spin up rather than nitrogen.
They use nitrogen to purge. They use actual gases during the spin ups. They have to switch at one point.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
The DSS, what do they spray? Is it like a anti-splatter they use in welding, or do we know?
It's water that's been atomized with nitrogen. Spraying liquid nitrogen into a water jet, and it's atomizing it to basically make a curtain to suppress oxygen.
Okay, right, I understand.
I love the way the startup sequence works. It's like a little flaming, maybe the turbo starting, and then all of a sudden it's just bang! It's full flame. Once it actually ignites, I think it's quite awesome, to be honest. It's sort of a bit of maybe I'll go on.
I just saying, I put that post in the Studio VC comments too, the SpaceX one. When you're ready for it.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Jake. I appreciate that. Activate pad 2. New propellant loading. And it was notable that propellant loading went quite quickly, wasn't it, as well, to fill up the LOX tank. Was that correct? It was quite quick.
Yeah.
It was about 30 odd minutes, wasn't it?
Which is pretty awesome.
They can fill that tank pretty quick if they want to.
They were filling it.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was timing it. They were doing a ring every minute and 30 seconds at the upper end.
That's pretty good. And yeah, 100 years since the first liquid propellant rocket. That's pretty cool. Took me a while to work out this sort of rocket, but the liquid tanks are down the bottom. There's locks and propellant down the bottom, and actual engines at the top. I guess that's one way to make a rocket like that stable.
It's the first one. You kind of wing it.
Yeah. So the actual rocket's just the white frame, say, and the black frame's just the stand. So yeah, the little nose cone down the bottom here is, to, I guess, to deflect the plume around that. But yeah, it worked. That's, yeah. So 100 years later, here we are with this thing, which is, well, which is quite the advancement, to be honest. Oh, here's a slow-mo. Yeah, you'll see the water stop here. So you'll get, so the water's stopped, everything's vaporized, still being vaporized, still being vaporized. I mean, this is slow-mo, but still being vaporized until everything stops at once, I guess.
And the water is back.
And then the water's back, yeah.
And the chunks of
And then
ice flying are my favorite.
Chunks of ice.
Yeah, you can see them in the vapor cloud. There's chunks of streamers.
Oh, yeah, I see, yeah. Oh, coming from under the rocket, yeah.
And shaking off the sides.
Oh, I'm falling down through the gap.
Yeah, and then it's just getting entrained in the airflow and getting yeeted.
You'd think that'd be instant, wouldn't you? But anyway, that looks good. I didn't notice that, but thanks for noticing that for us.
Like I said, the water is going to be swallowing most of this, the energy.
Oh, you did too, so yeah, okay, thanks, yep. There was heaps of good photos. This is from D-Tanker. There was heaps of good photos this week coming from Booster. Go ahead, Indy, sorry.
No, my fault. We have a couple more questions along the same lines. All for One wanted to also know, is it possible SpaceX are still working out the deluge level plus Raptor exhaust interfacing?
They have to have a certain pressure coming out of the holes, so it has to, whatever their expected stagnation pressure on those plates, they have to have above that in the deluge, no matter what. And more than likely, all the flows are more or less choke, so can't really change your mass flows that much. Because if you turn the pressure down, then the plume's going to, none of the water is going to come out under the plume. So, and they can't individually turn off sections of the plate, of the ramps.
Oh, there it is. That's the igniters making a noise. Sounds like it's TARDIS a little bit. The initial flash, that's not the igniters, I don't think, but the noise, the TARDIS noise is the actual igniters, I think.
The flash is igniters. It's the distance of the microphones from, you have to sync them. Think of a clapperboard for film when you're, back in the day with cameras.
Yeah. Ah, I see.
A little microphone array would be great, because then you can make a 3D depth map of where the sound's coming from. So then you could account for. But yeah, where are the valves? It's snapping shut.
That wasn't a static fire. It was a sneeze more than a static fire.
Then the other question is from John T. He's asking, so are they using acoustic igniters?
Possibly. Elon said they moved off torches, so. And since it's, yeah, you don't need to use lasers like alarm cycles do, but.
We did quickly explain the cloud, by the way. Very bright flashes.
Can you quickly explain acoustic igniters, please, Alex?
The easiest, look at the shock diamonds in the exhaust. That's exactly what you're recreating. You have a jet of gas that you're going through a converging, diverging nozzle, so you're choking it, so it's sonic gets a choke, and then you're expanding it to get it up to supersonic speeds, and you're blowing it over across a resonance chamber, sort of like blowing on into across a flute. And as those sound waves are resonating, they're sending pressure pulses that are interacting with the jet, and so you're getting shock fronts, just like you're getting in a mock diamond. So you're getting where the shock waves are hitting, you're getting near instantaneous heating to 7,000 degrees.
So basically dieseling?
No, it's supersonic. It's all supersonic dance. It's exact same thing as, like I said, when you look at mock diamonds, they're basically generating miniature mock diamonds, and they're in a chamber.
I thought the same, to be fair. I thought diesel ignition.
No.
So what actually starts the fire in an acoustic?
The shockwaves. It's just like if you have two supersonic flows, they generate a shockwave, and in that shockwave front, you'll have instantaneous heating from the how rapid the pressure is going up.
Yep.
So yeah, that's what's generating the heat for the boom.
Pressure causes heat, basically.
Yeah. It's just like when you're looking at a mock diamond, what you're seeing is an energized plasma from shockwaves interacting with each other.
So no glow plugs now?
I mean, no. Previously, they weren't using glows either. Torch igniters are essentially mini spark plug generated torches.
So there's an ignition coil somewhere?
Combustion's a different process, but yeah, it's the same heatings that you're getting. The acoustic igniters are essentially doing the similar thing of that.
I didn't realize the SR-71 had marked diamonds too.
Any supersonic flows that's been under or overexpanded should generate them.
Wow,
Cool.
that's crazy.
Cool.
Crazy stuff.
So there's a bit of that's a bit of sort of scientific explanation there, I guess.
If you're looking for something, Stephanie, it's the diesel hammer.
Cool, yeah, what I mean by dieseling, I mean diesel ignites because it gets under a certain amount of pressure and heat, and it can ignite.
Yeah, it's
high compression.
auto ignition.
Sorry?
Yeah, it gets to its auto ignition temperature and pressure.
Yeah, cool. Well, that's what I sort of meant. Quite question is it kind of like dieseling?
Yeah, diesel will light under its own pressure. It just needs a glow plug. That's all it needs. But once it's warm, it'll just fire all day.
You can use shock tubes to generate it without. There's a lot of ways to get ignition.
Cool. We don't need glow plugs in Australia so much because it's never that cold. It's only when it's super cold. Up in the mountains, even sometimes we just got to hold the foot full throttle and just crank it till it starts. I mean, diesel cars, and tractors do have glow plugs, but not used very often. Alrighty.
And the igniters are inside the pre-burners, so you wouldn't see any of these interactions. You're seeing just the burning combustion remnants is what the big flash is.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Got another question for you along the same lines.
Sure.
Tropical Fish is asking, was a sneeze an abort or meant to be because the depress valve was not right after? Also, would SpaceX move B-19 with a broken nozzle? How would SpaceX remove an R3 if if they will not move B-19?
I don't know what they're referring to personally.
It's going back to the production site. Like there's a rollback transport notice. It's been delayed by 12 hours. They won't. I doubt very much they do anything like engine change on the pad these days. And moving forward, they should really never need to actually have to do that. I think they question maybe they might have broken nozzle or something on the R3s, but I highly doubt that too. No, I think like Alex said, I think it went for a bit longer than what everyone's saying. To be honest, I can kind of see it now that we look at that detail in more of a finer detail, especially like with the water and everything, how it's going on down here. So yeah, a lot of time I know it happens in a lot of subjects too, but people get an idea, then it gets echoed around, and sometimes the idea is not correct. So maybe it was exactly as planned. Everything's happened. I mean, there was some reason they took it down off the stand first, then put it back on the stand before the static fire. But I mean, maybe everything was exactly as planned as far as the static fire goes. Now it's going back to the production site to inspection and hopefully have all its engines put back on. I think gone are the days of replacing engines at the launch site, to be honest.
And I mean, it was obvious they were planning for the contingency of needing to pull it down, because they did set up the ramp for the SPMTs to bring the stand back. So
And maybe even that was planned as well, rather than. Or it was obviously. So you're saying, so obviously it was a planned contingency at least. That I'm wondering if they actually had something they needed to do with the first few tests, then take it up to, change a pipe or something and put it back on to finish testing.
if not, it provided endless entertainment with them using SPMTs and crane mounts to jack up the stand.
Absolutely, yeah. Man, what a it's such a clean engine. It's really like all the hype and that of seeing the version 3 engines coming along the first time we saw them and that, and all the testing we've been seeing, and now they're actually here and in use. What's a pretty good to see, to be honest. Pretty amazing.
I have 2 more questions for you. Tropical Fish is also wondering, is the acoustic igniters passive or active, or both?
Active insofar as you open up a valve to generate a gas flow, but that's the only sort of interactions you need to, because the reaction's all being done by the situation you put it in. You have the resonance chambers that'll be basically pulsating sound waves, pressure waves, and those pressure waves interacting with the supersonic jet and causing it to compress. Having those two waves compress is where you're getting the energy for it.
That's amazing. It's really amazing, that whole idea. That's my brain's like going. Wow, that's really amazing.
And the last question is, Ziggy's wondering, do you think they will put all 33 Raptors on the booster once they roll it back to the build site?
I expect them to, because there's still, you have to commission, providing enough gas to spin up all 33, or as many as are getting started from ground equipment. So they didn't have enough on it to simulate that load. So yeah, except, I mean, they've tested that up mode at McGregor, but not in Anger with the actual vehicle.
So so far they've only used the manifolds and that on the booster side. Even with 10 engines, they really need to test the whole manifold system now with 33 engines. Yeah.
Yes, whatever they're sequencing, because you have to, be able to provide that flow and however much pressure drop you're going to get, and there's lots of fiddly things that look great on paper that real world, you hope you put enough in your calcs to account for the unknown unknowns.
Yeah, with all you mean like with pipe sizes and pressures and flow rates and all that sort of stuff. It's all kind of those simple formulas, but yeah, they don't. Yeah, sometimes you got to test them in real life.
Everything works great on paper.
Yeah, I mean simple. I mean kind of simple. Who was say Todd in Kaboo, maybe like with the spin primes or the testing before they took the booster off, that they had sensors, some kind of sensors underneath that they had to actually remove before they actually did a static fire. So there's plenty of guesses there as to why they took the booster up after the third test and before the static fire test.
Could have been some of those plugs that they had on some of the places where there aren't engines needed some adjustment too, just from the shaking and vibration.
There's a picture of them here.
We did see that tape come flying off.
It's entertaining seeing by the end of the fill cycle and drain cycles how big those gaps really are, since they haven't screwed them shut in flight configuration.
So where was that?
Oh, all along the chines.
Okay.
Yeah, just from the tape was starting to let go in places, and it's a pretty big gap between the pieces.
Yeah, and Jake, I like that one's missing there, sort of.
I didn't hear Jake.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying we're about to have this view again. Good boosters are going up as we speak.
So we'll get to see if anything looks awry underneath.
Pretty much.
And the tape that came loose. That was funny.
That was like a 40 or 50 foot piece of tape fluttering in the wind there at one point.
Oh, that was that sensor line, I think that was. There's one running right up alongside one of the autogen lines.
Oh, there we go. Lift in progress.
I think all the engines are still there.
Looks like it.
Oh, that'd be a bad day if that wasn't there.
They could have multiplied.
I don't know if we can count them from this distance. Is there a closest shot? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say they're all still there, including their all their bells. Nice. So it's just about as high as it needs to go. They should start translating soon.
And while we admire the booster being lifted, we want to thank Martin for his 6th donation in this stream alone of £5. Thank you so much, Martin.
It's okay, my lovely.
Love this live stuff. Yeah, we're pretty well run by the seat of our pants on this show. And I'm on the wobbly chair today, so it could go anywhere today.
So if all of a sudden we hear your voice get further away from the mic, we know your chair failed and you fell?
So, whoa! Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Funny. Nice. Okay, so when the transport. Oh, go ahead, Jake. When's the transport, Jake? Now
it's 1 minute to midnight, local time in Starbase. It was supposed to be earlier today, but as you can see, things got delayed.
So, like in about 4.5 hours.
Yeah. I just saw someone make a joke saying, "Oh my God, there's only 10 engines left on the booster now."
Oh, that's funny. How do you get chat back?
And while you
Get
get
back.
chat back, we want to thank Wilbo for his gifted membership. And congratulations to James, who was the recipient. Thank you, Wilbo.
Clamps retract. Clamps. Oh, that must have been earlier. Clamps retracted earlier. So did they go all at once this time, or what?
One by one again.
Surely that's not going to happen on launch day.
No. I mean, yeah, it makes you wonder how long were the arms like that for on pad 1 before they synced them to all move at the same time?
I mean, they may be upset by like half a second or something silly. I don't know.
I mean,
No, there went one
I'm
just
not.
there.
I mean, I'm not surprised that they're not, doing all quick retraction of them all moving together just yet. But still finding it odd. They're still just one by one at the moment.
And quite slowly too. You can actually see that one move. It's actually quite slow. Like starting to move now. It's taking some time to actually close. It's a clamp. It actually takes like quite a few seconds. I'm
That
sure
was
they'll dial that in.
that was a interesting little thing. People know the stereo as well. When they first lifted the booster slightly off the arms, right after that, the pushers on the arms pushed the booster forward slightly before doing the rest of the lift.
That's awesome.
Oh, up there. Up there.
Yeah, well, I was trying to say, why are they needing to push the booster when lifting out the all-M?
Because it's not square.
And maybe to test the pushers, as well as to put it on the stand, no?
Well, you'd think if they were simply just testing the pushers, they'd do that once the booster played the top of the all-M.
I mean,
Anyhow, I'm not going to try and find that. Cool. That's interesting. Yeah, very interesting. All right, so the lift is underway. Very good. Do you think one day we'll see two stacks here? Do you think they can launch? Can they launch one with a stack on the other, do you think?
yeah, why not?
Well, I suppose they did with ship with 9 and 10, didn't they? But that's sort of probably a little bit different. Acoustic damage, although you're saying the acoustics is pretty well contained now those days, isn't it?
The launching vehicle is getting assaulted by that worse than it's right there.
Yeah, as I was saying those words, once again, my brain went, that was a stupid thing to say.
And yeah, the ground reflections would be getting it.
Cool. All right, so that's no, that's all right, Jack. That's fine. We that's how this show rolls. We can jump all over the place. That's absolutely fine. There's one thing that Matt sort of stipulated with this show is don't be too stressed about staying on subjects at all times. And if there's something over there's something shiny over there, by all means, jump around, do whatever you have to. That's fine. It's a nice, relaxed way to run the stream, rather than way we've got to be a bit more strict like with the weekend show because we're sort of time constrained with these shows. We can go whenever we want. So never any need to apologise for taking the stream somewhere else. That's quite okay.
Feel free to jump in, Jake.
Yeah, I just didn't want to derail anyone's trains of thoughts, that's all.
There's a train of thought.
I missed that train.
Make yourself at home, Jake. Absolutely. Same with anyone else. Same with chat questions. It doesn't matter if we're in the wrong spot. I'm happy to jump around. That's quite okay. We were going to start over at Sanchez before, but that's fine. We're over here now. We can finish with the launch site while we're here. Not a super lot to talk about the launch site. They're paying a lot of attention to that little area over there, aren't they? Near the Pad A. This area in particular seems to be one spot they're paying a lot of attention to compared to the whole rest of the site. Whether it's, do you think it's to do with the staging spot in the future, or are they getting it ready for staging stuff to store for the construction of Pad 1?
Construction.
I'd say the latter. I think that makes more sense at the moment.
So will it get concrete, even temporarily?
It'll probably get, yeah, I expect to be fully concreted in a week or two. Because this looks like the sand layers they're putting down currently.
Yep. And should they need to sink piles in anywhere in here, they can still do that through all this, can't they? I don't know they need to in this area in particular.
They did it at the Giggity Bay.
Yeah, they did too, that's right.
So, yeah. But yeah, I mean, look at the yard they built by Pad 2 and how much space they still need with it. Yeah, that whole area where the yellow crane is, yeah, that's where it's going to be the more or less equivalent to that.
Yep. Yeah, lots of things. There's already lots of things staying to move in, but yeah, lots and lots of lots of stuff to move in still in time. And we see that we saw it at Florida too, how they had their little areas with lots of things staged that we recognise these days. It took us a while on Pad 2 to recognise everything, but now it's quite obvious. Now they're doing it for the second and now third time. So we noticed that they've started to put, or the end of, it's not the end of the, so the end of the commodities trench is sort of a bit in quotes, because it's actually the end of that little underground. I guess it is still technically part of the commodities trench, isn't it?
The bunker basement.
Yeah, the basement, yeah. It's technically the end of the, I guess, the end of the commodities trench. The basement. It's hilarious, that wall's still there.
Will the commodities be coming in from the east side, or will they coming in from the west side?
The west. Pretty much like the other pad.
Same with Florida, same with Pad A. It may be, I'm not sure whether they're going to have the, the expansion loop out here like they did at Florida, or they're going to just do like Pad A and have it over here, or both. Not sure about that. Not sure why they did that at Florida, why they did put an expansion loop out here.
I guess with 37, though, that'll be slightly different, won't it? The routing, because of where the tank farm's looking like it's going to be in relation to the pad.
I suppose they didn't have really room here on Pad 1. I'm not sure, Jake. Yeah, maybe. Like even, I understand where that question comes from, because the question was just asked. Because it kind of, it almost seems like it should come from over here where the tank farm's closer, but this whole pump farm heat exchange system's going to be mirrored over in this area here. So we'll see, we should see the commodities come through to here, I think, for Pad B. Roughly, somewhere there.
And yeah, I think pretty much what I was trying to say with 37, I think it will still come down that side of the trench, the commodities lines, but it won't wrap around the end. That's my guess for that anyway.
Just going back to your resonance igniters, something to do with it there. This is what you're talking about here with the marked diamonds and that, yeah?
Yeah, you have the converging and diverging on the left side. So yeah, you have to choke the flow to get it to accelerate to supersonic speed when it's expanding on the other side. of the choke. And and then you'll get the resonance chamber, which is for like blowing in a flute or any of your wind instruments.
Is that not like sonic compression?
It is. I mean, all mock diamond and stuff is just you're compressing with air pressure differences, and all sound waves are pressure waves essentially.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought.
Six String Simpleton has a question.
Sure.
They're wondering, do we have information on what contractors they use?
Many. For what trade, what discipline?
Yeah, that is the question.
I mean, Keller's doing a bunch of work right now for their groundwork.
Yeah, I think they said the only published one that they have is CCC for the piles.
CCC is doing the sheet piles. Keller is doing most of the ground improvements. Bauer Foundations did the piles under the trench. Performance is doing a boatload of stuff. There's some fusion something or other. And I know I'm missing a bazillion of them, but yeah. And then there's subcontractors beneath those major contractors as well.
Eventus was saying BZI for cladding.
Yeah. And the WW, I think, was doing the steel or the steel erectors. They have a fleet of, and if they're using a design build firm or for the main project, or if they're keeping that all in-house, there's heaps and heaps and heaps.
And because his generosity knows no bounds, Martin also donated 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Martin.
You're welcome, my lovely.
That's why we mentioned 37 just before. Oh, look at all the tower sections. Cool. So we should see some new tower sections start to get built very soon at Roberts Road.
Or here.
Oh, getting built here. Oh, you mean at Starbase here or 37 here?
37. Because, I mean, there is a chance that, if they're building all the work platforms and stuff for their gigabay, they might need to want to build them closer. It's not like there's a loss of room here.
Yeah, I need the room at Roberts Road, yeah. So you were saying before about, the pump arms are over here. So, and the flame trenches this side, yeah?
Yeah.
So they don't have to come around from behind here anymore. They could pretty well just run straight across here.
That's what I mean, just going down just the one side of the trench.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's a bit special, yeah. Okay, cool. Just because of the layout. Like you said, Alex, you with this new launch site thing, they'll give you basically a big IKEA box of stuff and then give us your layout and we'll tell you how it's going to actually, how your plumbing is going to work just on individual sites.
Yeah.
Where's actual north in this picture?
The coast is here, I believe.
Yeah, so straight up then, the top of the photo.
So north would be this side. If the coast is there, that's the east. I'm not sure what angle the coast is here. I'm not sure whether it's on that angle or this angle. 1 second. Hang on. I can answer that quickly. Hang on 1 second.
Are you saying we need another KSC flyover event, dudes?
No, it is straight up from that photo, definitely. That is north.
Okay. See if I can find KC real quick. There we go. Now, I believe 37 is somewhere like...
Higher up, keep going up. Right there. Up a little bit, that's it, there. That bigger site there, yeah.
So it's on that side over there. Over on this side. So the coast is here. Ish.
So north is
cool.
north.
Yes.
So yeah, north at the top. Yeah, you're right, Jake. Basically like it is here, pretty well much. This is north, yeah, pretty well. That's actually pretty well the right orientation, actually. For the so this coast must be not quite north-south here at actual Kennedy here, which it is, and it's actually quite curved. I see. Yep, it's very much not north-south.
Just generally, satellite pictures they'll put north on the top.
What an amazing complex! So many sites there. So Gemini was down on these. Was it 17 Gemini? Some of these earlier launches were down on these really old launch sites.
Yeah, along what they used to call Missile Row. Nothing down there. You're going way too far down there. It's all up.
Yeah, I reckon.
Goes down to the sticky out bit, and then up from there. Then pretty much.
I hear that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's some further down, and then the rest of them are all further up.
yeah. Back in the good old days.
But slowly but surely, more of these sites are starting to come back to life again, which is kind of cool to see.
And don't call me Shirley.
Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, they're all there. Rest assured, it's all good. And they all look good. They look really good. No broken bells. They look fine. I would expect them to be fine. I mean, they've been test firing them at McGregor and all sorts of. I mean, they've tested them to basically to destruction at McGregor, so they're going to be fine. They'll be fine.
Airplane, what a movie.
It was called Flying High in Australia.
Was it really?
Yeah. Yeah, you just weren't allowed to call it that. We're a bit more relaxed over here in Australia. Now, that reminds me. I don't. You'll probably question why that reminds me, but that new vent in the tank in the pump farm, did we actually find where it exits already?
It's a temp vent.
Just temporary.
Yep.
To aid in testing. Yeah, of course. You've said that all the way along. That if there's a pipe when they're at this stage of things, there'll be a pipe somewhere that doesn't belong, and it's just because of the testing regime.
And it would have been coming out. It's coming out as a wall between that and the other stanchion. Yeah, somewhere around there.
Just up over the wall.
Yep. Yeah, it's just literally you can look at the pipe and it just.
Yeah, that pipe.
Yep. And they're assembling the valve assemblies there.
So it's going to tee off one of the existing pipes, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, there'll be two valves. Those will be back to back, like most of their redundant valves.
Like this sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are they actually mirror pieces, that piece and that piece? Are they actually mirror pieces?
You could, if you could rotate it, it's not really mirrored because if you rotated that 180 degrees, they're sort of it looks the same.
Yeah. No, I mean, is that exactly the actual?
Yeah.
Exactly the same piece, pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Okay.
a T and elbow.
Yeah, T and elbow. Yeah. Yeah, they're everywhere, those sort of, redundancy things, yep. Oh, cool. So that was a little question that came up through the chats I noticed. Okay, launch site. So, well, unless the question comes up again for launch site, I'll go back to Sanchez just to keep the conversation moving. I think there was a great deal to talk about this week. And we'll get to the other sites, so I'll hand over to Matt when we get to... I've got to remember hand over to Matt when we get to Rio West.
John T has a question before you move too far from the pipes. He's wondering, has the launch mount drain tube source been traced yet?
Are they referring to the pipe that was added on the side of the mount?
Yep.
It's believed to, if you look on below the lower ring manifold, there's a couple of pipes that daylight. We're presuming it's plugged into one of those, and those look like they're just sumps for the actual booster LOX tank.
It does
Sorry,
get
what was that?
active though if you watch it. It's quite interesting.
Yeah, seems to buy the LOX QDs a red. It should come. It comes around there and heads across, and presumably it's plugged in. One of the ground photos last week, BJ had a photo, I think, of Sean's that showed when they're lowering it that there is basically a pipe connected to one of those ports, a flex line. So that ended up in this location. So presumably that's what this was plugged into.
I think it might be just a condensation port, or
What date would have that been?
you know,
Probably last Friday.
No, it was during the show.
This week's show? So the 15th? I'm sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember. My brain's all foggy. Too many squirrels.
I don't think BJ was there this weekend for the live show, at least.
Or then it was
So it could have been the weekend before, which
maybe it
would
was
have been
Tuesday's show. Might have been Tuesday's show. It's Tuesday a week ago.
So this is photos from the 14th. There is a ground shot here, maybe. Show it. Oh, come on. Internet work.
I think we're talking about the week before, so perhaps on the 9th, Steph, if we looked at it on the 10th.
It's on, look in VC chat on the 10th.
Tuesday today now. Oh, it was.
Actually, I'll go give... I wasn't there on the 10th.
Yeah, that would be the only reason it probably doesn't ring a bell for you.
Oh, I might stay here too long. I was going to actually try and organise this before the show. I just didn't get time this morning. Because, I noticed Sean has heaps and heaps of good images.
Look at the studio VC Collins says. I just linked to it.
I just DM'd you.
And I like the crickets.
1 second here.
Yeah.
To way too many things going on at once.
I like turtles.
But Jake doesn't have turtles.
I like turtles.
Okay.
Oh, sweet. So it's like this line or something, is it?
The red one.
Oh, the red one, okay.
and it has a little valve on it, and it's plugged into one of those bleed ports. So yeah, presuming they took that little flip and plugged it in the ground vent.
Oh, so good on you, Sean. Oh, it's got a watermark. Awesome. Yep. Yeah, Sean's quite happy for us using his images as long as I show the watermark. So as long as many people as possible see that watermark, Sean's very happy to, and he's very generous, especially like in some of the Discord servers. He or Indy helps him there, puts the watermarks on and dumps them into Discord channel. So that's awesome between Sean and Indy there. And yeah, I think he's well worth supporting.
I just noticed I linked to the wrong thing in the Studio VC comments. Oops.
Oh, is that a funny thing about cats? Yeah, you buy a cat a toy, and the cat's only interested in playing with the box the toy came in. Sorry, that was something off the side there. All right, now we were getting to Sanchez. It's all good. I think I had the wrong week up. Is that the right week? Oh, that's the wrong week. Hang on.
If those black things are still near that Sanchez entrance, then yeah, that's the wrong week.
What's going on? 14th. Sanchez. Let's go. That's better. Yeah, so they've got that new stand sort of together. There's more of those new stands, the weird kind of stand. That tank was moved obviously up under the LOX tank for the methane reclaim. The big interesting thing was this this thing for making the wall panels that BJ went through for us on the show and tell. So it's like this little truck thing rolls along this track, and yeah, it's got a crane, overhead crane here to drop these panels onto these frames, and then this fella picks up with this frame over here. I think we'll pick up these panels, chuck them on the transport trolleys, and move them over to the Gigabay to chuck up onto the Gigabay, which is going to have a white. We believe it's going to have a white base to match the. Where do we see that? This photo here looks like it's going to have, like the factory, at the front of the factory, it's going to have a white bottom and then a black, the rest of it black, which came up in one of the renders too, actually. So I'm going to mirror this part of the factory here with white down the bottom. Be nice if they mirror the glass, but I doubt it. One can only hope. So build site Gigabay, not a lot going on there really. We expected, well, I mean there's lots of things going on. We expected, just as expected, more columns being put up. The brackets for the next level of crane are in there as far as I know. So when they lift the cranes next, they'll put those new brackets in, like they've done a bit lower, down further. They've been concreting on some of the lower levels down here on the floors. This way we did get to see Booster 20's Dan Comer. That's pretty awesome.
Which should hopefully actually be in the LOX tank now, because the door did close yesterday, which I'm assuming was to lift it into the LOX tank.
On Gigabay, wasn't there something new about an interface between the factory and Gigabay?
There is. Where's that photo?
Yeah. You need to look in from the other side towards Star Factory.
Thanks, Jake. Yeah, there's the render with the bottom white. Yeah, there's some new brackets on the, where are we? On the factory. Just here somewhere. There's some new brackets on the wall. I think, is that what you're talking about, Phila?
Yes.
Well, that was in Zach's server, I think. I'm not sure. I'm not
look in the Studio VC comments. There's a flyover photo that BJ shared earlier.
Oh,
I'll
is that
grab
one of
the
ours photos?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's a different photo. Hang on. Let me just find that top down he's using.
And there's a Avid space screenshot in there as well. That BJ shared it earlier also.
Yeah, Steph, if you look in
There.
Studio VC, Jake's got it, and it's got little, it's already like highlighted too.
That's
Yeah, I
it.
was just going to try and find it myself.
You don't have to. You have all of us.
Yeah, yeah. So is it that little white tab? Is that what you're looking at?
The
The
gray
gray
thing,
frame.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's a steel frame. That gray one.
Ah. Ah, are they actually attached to the factory, are they?
Yeah.
It's probably a large expansion joint type of arrangement between the two.
Ah, that's what the photo was showing. I was looking at this. I'm silly some days. Ah, okay. We did expect them to be joined, so they're going to be joined by the same wall thickness as the front of the factory, perhaps, like this thickness here.
No, I think this. I think that's something else at the moment. Those two, because it'll probably be a little while until they actually join Starpatch to Gigabay, because they are currently using that area for storage of steel at the moment.
It's not actually attached, is it?
No, I think they've installed more since this flyover. If you look at the other screenshot, there's more depth to the steel now.
You mean here?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that is, whether that is part of the factory or not.
That's it. That's a great thing you're looking at in the overhead. The outer moment frame looking.
Oh, is that actually part of it there even?
Could be,
But
but
it's
They
not
put-
attached yet, is it?
not yet. Since then, I mean, I think that picture is from today. The one from Avid.
Yeah. Yeah, that's from this morning.
Oh, you think that is attached now?
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, if you look at that back column right where you're at in the overhead, you can see it's got a flange for a seat for that horizontal.
down in here.
See the gray piece up high? Right above the orange, the yellow, not that high up, about 10 foot up on the column. Right above the yellow, whatever it is, on the floor. Goes straight up. See the gray thing to the left sticking off the column? A foot off the column, only a foot, right there. You got it.
I see.
There's one on the upper column too.
Like trying to herd cats, isn't it?
Yep.
Cool. Okay, well, that's an interesting development.
Yeah, I wasn't here Saturday. I didn't know that was not part of the flyover pictures.
No worries.
I didn't pick that up
Yeah.
in the show and tell either.
Well, I mean, this is only discovered earlier today. When we saw it on the Avid Space feed. And then I think BJ thought then to go and look at the flyover photos and see if we could see the framework, and yeah, we could.
Yeah, Gazer got a great shot of him this morning.
Oh, cool. Is he shared any of them on Twitter yet?
I don't believe so. But I'm not on Twitter, X, whatever you call it.
Oh, you're missing out on all the fun. I've got my X very well tuned to rocket stuff only. Anything comes up political, I unfollow it and get rid of it. So it's all about only about Starbase, really. and a bit of NASA
That's-
stuff.
I was going to say fun is one way of putting it.
So many of these people I'm not following too. Well, I said sometimes I'll follow someone and then I'll say something silly and put something silly or political up, and I'll just unfollow them. Oh, that's a nice view of that. Oh, that's NSF. Oh, yeah. So I'm only sharing this because it's up on X. So we're trying to be careful of what we share and what we don't share. Oh, look, it all works together. So do we think they're linked together? The door and the... Probably not, yeah. They seem to be independent, don't they?
What, say again, Stephanie?
The door and the actual QD.
No, they're hooked up to each other. There is a linkage between them. I guess it's like the arm, the 20 arm doors, where the arm can move back first before the hood actually starts going down.
I can see the back of the door, that big hook linkage up in there.
Yeah. Actually, you can see part of the linkage system there. Go until the unit's all the way inside the hood, and you'll see one end of where the linkage is next to the right of the guy on the right. See that triangular structure? Right, yeah, right by there. On the very left, on the end of that is where one end of the linkage is, and then the other end's on the door. Oh, there we are. You can actually see slightly better there when his head's not in the way. There we are. You can see right on the right tip of it at the top there. Look where the linkage attaches. Yeah, right there.
Oh, that's a nice shot. Oh, so this wasn't. I suppose. How does that work? I'm still a bit confused about how that works with sharing stuff like that. Oh wow, that's a nice photo. Wow. Looks like little love hearts. That looks awesome. Oh, they're the spikes. I see. It's just an illusion. We're seeing these spikes here. What an amazing bit of what do you call it? Engineering there.
It's not necessarily an illusion because aren't that one grid fin, those fins at an angle, a sloped angle from the top to the bottom, where the other two are straight up and down? Those grid fins
Yeah.
are not.
Yeah, this is the one that is on the angle a little bit. They angle a little bit away from the booster at the bottom, yeah. But what I'm saying, I mean, the illusion I'm saying is the heart shape. Is what we're seeing these. We're seeing this shape here as a shadow here. These are the spikes, as far as I know. These spikes here.
Yeah, but you don't see the hearts on the other ones, I don't believe.
Might be just the angle. It might be a lucky angle. That's all. So yeah, so looking down on it, yeah, we can we see it on some of our straight down shots. It's quite obvious that these are quite see through, and this one's not quite so see through because of the angle of those ones. Yep. Yeah, very interesting little detail that with the grid fins. And we were questioning whether that's to offset the the extra, because there's asymmetrical drag now. Maybe that was to offset the drag, or whether it was just to help the booster keep the angle of attack. They want it, basically like a trim tab to keep it at the right angle they want it to fly at.
It's a falling telephone pole. Not a lot of aerodynamics will help it.
It's it's a flying telephone pole. That's my way to say it for sure. Absolutely.
Falling.
I'm still going to call it flying. It kind of flies. But yeah, it's still direct, maybe controlled directing, whatever. But yeah, it's not sure they can. I suppose they can direct it a certain amount. I mean, they make the Falcon
Yeah.
land pretty accurately.
But it's like steering a falling manhole cover. You're not getting that much cross range.
No, true. Oh, one of our shadow photos this week showed it clearly. There's a full-on top-down shot over this one. Yeah, that's better. Oh, it's still not straight down. We have got straight down shots. Oh, that's getting closer. Yeah, one of our photos, it shows these quite clearly, and this one here quite still up on an angle. Anyhow, where was we? We were back at Sanchez and the build site. Okay, so yeah, so the cladding's going to start happening very soon. Around the build, around the Gigabay. Otherwise, it's Sanchez on the right week.
Putting a
again,
whole
yeah.
heap of scaffolding in front of that big window on the factory.
Do they have that rocket on the gimbal or the suspenders?
Scaffolding where, sorry?
Oh, that whole window, the triangle wedge, is getting covered with scaffolding on the inside currently.
On the inside. Oh, yeah. Now, sorry, Martin, what was that question again?
I said, are they suspending the ship on the cuff or the suspenders? Was how I remembered that question.
I'm not sure what you're asking.
Well, you do.
I know they've changed how they lift the ship. In the old days, they lifted the ship on the nose. How did they lift the ship before? Oh, that's right. With the pins going to the ship. Nowadays, they've got a external landing pin. Man, why did it take me so long to remember the old ship lifting pins on the on the chopsticks?
Yeah, you get what I'm saying now, yeah?
I think so. I think that might have answered it. Alrighty. So Sean had a good picture of this too. So I really should have looked through Sean's images more. There's so many images. I'm having trouble finding the exact images I want. So I just might leave Sean's stuff for now. We'll continue with our progress around site. So Sanchez, let's just finish with Sanchez quickly. They're doing a lot of shelving work down here. They're doing cladding. They're still working on this area here to do with, we're imagining, a breakover. They move 18s aft over here. There's not a great deal, I said at Sanchez, really. Oh, they've moved the other ship transport stand over there to make room for a third ship transport stand over here. So there's a fourth row. Yeah, the third one here is going to be finished up in this spot, and they're building a fourth one here. Which begs the question, are they all for Starbase, or maybe some of these are for Florida?
Or it's the breakover. We'll move the ship on the aft on that stand.
Oh, so it's not a transport stand after all.
It's a transport stand, but it'll also, if you go to the half circle yoke shaped thing, they've been welding that one, and they have the 4 ground plates stand interfaces. There's 2 in the back, right under where they're going to be welded, and then there's the other 2. One's going to go there, and one's going to go on the other side. Yeah. And those are in the right orientation for the current booster and ship stands to interface with.
Oh, these interfaces down here.
Yep. Right there. It's the one above it is better, where it's missing. You can see how they're going to be sitting on top of that yoke.
So that spot there missing lines up with that spot there.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. So that's all gonna. Oh, okay, that's brilliant. And then this is more to do with the actual transport trailer or whatever.
More than likely, yeah.
And this as well. So we're gonna see a long chassis underneath, or just
Probably not. Probably there'll be one section and another section. They might not even be connected.
yeah. Is that the way they do Falcon? Let me think. Is there a picture of Falcon 9 and transport? There's no. Is there a chassis in between on Falcon 9 when they transport it?
Yeah, there is.
Oh, there is. Okay, yeah.
It's all fully connected from one end to the other.
Have we figured out what those two large trusses were that they were building up? Could they be on, not underneath it, but on the sides with like a sling between them to carry it? Something like that? I know they're too short, but they could be extended longer, right?
I'm at a loss wise both the ship and the booster especially without load, couldn't support themselves, considering the dynamic forces they're under during ascent. I mean, the booster at some point, I think, is on boost back is I think close to 20 Gs of acceleration. I don't know why supporting it front and back it wouldn't be able to, if it's structurally able to handle those dynamic loadings, as well as what's the mass of the ship sitting on top of it.
Yeah, including even on the ascent, like with a, what is it, 1,200, 1,500 odd tons sitting on top of it.
It was 2 plus Gs.
Vector.
Yeah, and 2 plus Gs of acceleration around stage sep.
Yeah, you're looking at like, sort of like 5,000 tons worth of force up here, or maybe 4,000, whatever. But then when you thrust vector, even just through flight, that's an incredible amount of force going through the, this way through the booster.
Center of gravity is moving as the tanks are being drained. So it's not like it has to be able to handle a lot of dynamic loading. So, but I mean, we'll see. I know like the shuttle tanks didn't have any central support when they were moving them.
Yeah, the big orange ones, you mean?
Yeah. Saturn's first stage didn't have supports either.
And cylinders are inherently strong. Like they've got they've got inherent strength just because they're cylinders too.
And the saddle in the center is right around 9 meters. Yeah, that one. They'll probably just have sitting under one of the domes.
Or maybe through here.
Yeah, or the top.
Up here. Yeah, up here, yeah. And of course, now with the new booster without the grid fin down the bottom, they can pretty easily have the little. I mean, I guess they'll ship them with the grid fins attached. I guess they'll ship them with the grid fins attached.
That'll really make it a lot wider. Yeah, perhaps.
I mean, they could possibly put the grid fins in while it's still horizontal before they pick it back up again at Florida.
Florida's going to have a whole gigabay. They're going to have.
You're expecting Gigabay to be ready there when the launch site's ready there, yeah?
Yeah, and before they start receiving stuff, or else they're going to be reinstalling engines next to the pad.
Yeah, fair call. Yeah,
They
fair
don't.
call.
Yeah, they have no infrastructure until that's done to receive any of these.
And yeah, gigabays are going ahead pretty quick. And from looking at Pad 2, compared to where 39A is, there's still quite a few months still left to go there before that's anywhere near ready to be launching.
I mean, I don't expect them launching anything till Starbase has a couple launches of this under their belt. Pretty sure. NASA may have opinions.
So I have a topic change question for you, gents and lady. Sebastian is asking, what about the houses next to the parking garage? Will they stay there or are they being removed at some point?
They're historic. No idea. They're
You mean Frank's house?
Yeah.
I'd love to see those stay in, but as with pretty much anything in Starbase, nothing's safe.
Tiki bar. It's like their little presentation area.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not.
You know what I'm thinking, Andy.
I'm not a fan of the little extension they put on to the tiki bar there, but whatever.
Frank's house. That was there well before SpaceX got here. That's probably the oldest original thing here.
Yeah, I think so.
Was that what used to be referred as Keith's house or Keith's place or something like that, or was it someone else?
Frank's house.
Frank's house. That's it.
Where is that? In fact, did we just jump back a few years?
Several years.
I think we can go back to 2018. Is it in this photo? This is October 2018, and there's Frank's house there. This is a little time lapse photo of the between 2018 and I think 2024, maybe 2020, just in 2 years. And Frank's house is still there.
Wait, go back to the beginning, Steph. Okay, I was looking at the house up to the left corner, but yeah, okay, I see it now.
That was what's her name?
Maria
Maria.
Pointer.
Maria.
Maria.
And the original lab cams back then.
Yep.
And then yeah, they started with there's the boulevard. So yeah, the factory's all in here now, and the office, well, extension of the annex of the factory, to be more accurate. And yeah, Gigabay now is getting built here, and the parking garage is here. That's obviously Sanchez, and the rocket garden down here. And we got a mega bay somewhere here, and a mega bay somewhere here. This is even before tents, anyway. Yeah, so yeah. Well, to answer your question, there's no indication that it's going. For now, there's no indication at all. Hazard to guess. My hazard to guess is that it's going to stay. I don't think there's any need for it to be removed. I don't think they need this room necessarily. They've got plenty of room still in Sanchez, which they, from time to time, they repurpose all the different areas.
Steph, if you check Patreon Lounge, Event Dudes posted a photo from 1995, and he labeled the areas that are now our Gigabay and all the things we see.
Now, let me see. What on earth was that? Oh, never mind. I'm not going to look at that. Patreon. Perfect. Yep. Gigabay, yeah, the factory. Yep. There's St. Martin Avenue and the whole factory in here, yeah. Whole factory in this whole, pretty well this whole area now. When's this when did you say 1995? Wow. Back when it was a sleepy little, basically a holiday home town, I guess. It looks like, a bit like Surfers Paradise here in Australia, Gold Coast. It was only ever just a few houses and now it's like now it's like Miami. Thanks, mate, dudes. Vent Dudes keeps coming up with the goods. Here's a picture of a resonate acoustic igniter actually working. So you're saying there's no spark involved with creating this flame, yeah?
Nope.
That's incredible. That's so cool.
Yeah, that's pretty neat how that works.
Look at this, like this unistrut type strut.
It's a big extrusion. Jeez.
It's a serious unistrut.
Absolutely. Wow, that's incredible. So we're looking in through the back here. Is that what's that light?
It's reflecting off of something in front.
From this flame, perhaps. Oh, it's just a nut. It's a fitting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Some kind of sensor or something. Thanks, Met Dudes. My hair's longer than that, Martin. All right. Let me see. Cool. Thanks, Met Dudes. Yeah. Okay. So that answers that question. Yeah, I've got that drone footage. Yeah, I've got it there. I'll quickly go back to it. I have that drone footage here, I think. I think it's in the 2018 folder here. I've got all this, here we go. This is... Oh, that's just, oh no, that's not it. Just 1 second here. Oh, that's all this launch site. Hang on, I'll go to a different folder. Our good friend Thomas has a good lot of archive footage here. This is the photos I was looking for that I didn't find earlier. So there's Frank's house over there, and in one of these folders, yeah, there's some a drone shot of looking around the whole area. So there's Maria's house. Yeah, and there, I think they're one of these. I think is La Padre's original camera tower. And the old TITS, the Texas Institute of Technology building. And the old wells. And yeah, there's like rocket garden, there's all sorts of things in here now. It's completely, yeah, factory. There's so much more there now. Look at this. Oh, this is the drone footage here. This was, when did I say? This was in 2018. Oh, this is a launch site bit of footage. So yeah, that's when they originally did that pile of dirt to try and compact the subsoil a bit. And all this here was the rest of all this is where the rest of the launch site, they pushed a lot of this topsoil up to the edge here and then made a whole launch site. That's where Starhopper is now parked. This is the old original edge of the vertical tank farm in here. The roundabout's just here somewhere now. Just here somewhere is the roundabout now. Well, it's going back a bit, eh? This little bit of waterway, well, just till recently, was still there, which sort of marked the end of the tank farm at the launch site. So the towers and that are I think even a bit further over here somewhere. Tower 1, I think. I can't remember if it's Tower 1's here or just a bit further over. No, it might be just
It's
here.
in that. It's in that just south, just below your arrow, I believe. Right there, in that.
And the ASU's over here somewhere. And yeah, there's the beach. And I think there's one of these for the build site too. That's not it. Oh, maybe not. No, it's only the one. There is one there somewhere. I won't go looking for it now, but yeah. Anywho, that's how it used to look. I always like to look back on those old photos. It's pretty amazing the difference now. Even Sanchez, over the years, Sanchez has changed so much between the old ASU here and bits of grass. I still haven't got this little block. Alrighty, let's move on from. Let's go on to the all the other sites. We'll get that out of the way. So all the sites that aren't Starbase particular. So you there, Matt? Do you want to have a look at Barrea West to start with?
He may not have heard your.
I actually did not prepare anything this week. We don't have a whole lot of pictures of the external sites, honestly.
All right, I'm going to have a quick look through. I know there's some good. So we already looked at the airport site, and they're going to build some more shelving, I guess, in that area. Let's see what we do have. I know we got some good photos of the dismantling the boat. Now, actually, there was a thing while we're doing external stuff. There was questions kept getting asked about the new refinery and how that ties in with the new SpaceX dock. So here's the new oil refinery near the Port Connector Road. Thanks for putting those words in. And so there's plenty. That's not going to interfere with SpaceX at all. And then there's the new. So I'm wondering where they're going to put them on the barge for now. Is it going to use the port down here? Is that what this new thing here designed to be putting vehicles on?
Years. It'll be
Yes.
It'll be years before they put vehicles on it, though.
They will. That white road is how they'll get out there, and that's where they'll lower. But in the interim, they may have to go out to that new dock that's being built at the very end of the port that we've seen pictures of. Short term, they may have to use that.
Including redoing that road will probably all be under NEPA.
So we're going to run them down here. So is there any part of this road already here?
It's a dirt trail, but any place it's just like they've been planning to redo Highway 4 for 2 years. Event News would know if they finally got approvals yet for the problematic sections. And the same thing with everything around the port also is going to have to go in front for a review.
The only thing they have is the approval from the Port Authority to lease that property, right? That's as far as the approvals.
The approval is to start negotiating, and I'm assuming it'll be the same as 37, where it'll be contingent on them getting environmental approvals to protect both parties from a meaningless 50-year lease.
And Event Dude says no approvals yet for Highway 4.
Yeah.
Oh, really? So is that, you mean no approvals for the widening it or redirecting it?
For the widening in the problematic areas. They've split it up into areas that they can do without going, and the areas that they need the land bank and that stuff.
Gotcha, yeah. Thanks for keeping track of that, Event Dudes, and yeah, thanks for the explanation there. Alex. Appreciate it. So yeah,
He
so
said
that's
Batman.
what? Oh, is that just its name, America First Refining? Is that a company, or is that just a Trump
It's a
name?
company. It's a company.
Okay.
I think it's Reliant. It's an Indian oil company who's building it.
And by
Gotcha.
Indian, he means indigenous.
No,
Yeah.
I mean Indian as in Indian subcontinent Indy.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, my apologies.
Reliant Oil Company is a big Indian oil company.
Well, I know nothing. My apologies.
Indian, not American Indian. Gotcha.
That's what I said.
Is that a thing? Is that should we call? Is that a thing in America? The Native Americans don't like being called Indians. Is that a thing? I'm a bit ignorant to that.
Well,
sorry.
if you're talking politically correct, they're called indigenous folks now. They're
Yeah,
the
cool.
indigenous people.
Thanks. Yeah.
Canada, it's a much bigger issue. I don't follow.
All
I
right,
just,
cool.
yeah, it's. I think
Just
first
an innocent
people.
question. Thanks for your answers.
Yeah.
Because it's a bit like that over here too. There's I don't care being called black fellas over here. Black fella, white fella. That's fine. That's quite okay. Like American, African American people don't mind being called, a black man or black woman or whatever. That's fine. It's not derogatory anymore. But there's certain words we don't use, of course, for both. Alrighty, moving on from that silly subject. Let's get away from that. So in the interim, they're probably going to use this dock, yeah?
Or one of the other ones. Since they're
I thought
building
this
their
one
own.
here. Thought
Yeah.
this one here was more suitable because it's closer to level.
I mean, it probably depends how much, what the tides are and how much freeboard and how much they can pump out the barges.
Thanks, AK. I appreciate your input there. Good on you. Thank you. And then I'll keep that in mind with respect. Thank you. Appreciate it. You don't know unless you don't ask, and I ask in the most highest respect. So thank you very much for your respectful answer. Cool, bananas. Man, the last week's, I don't think we topped last week's photos. Oh, yeah, we've got some good close ones. Last week's photos were just awesome at the front of this ship. But this one's good too. Hadn't looked yet. Actually, at these photos, wow, they're really getting into it. Far out. So many compartments, so many rooms. There must be the map. Like when you first get on these ships, it must be such a steep learning curve just to find your way around everything on board.
The hazing must be pretty bad. About when you don't know where anything is, and somebody sends you on the worst way to get there.
Imagine, the apprentices and interns just go and get this from over there, and it's like you see them 2 days later. Where you been? Oh, you had me lost. Oh, dang it! Like a left-hand hammer on steroids.
Can you get me a gallon of straight paint?
A blinker fluid. So this whole section here, I noticed from last week's all been over the last couple of weeks has all been demolished. There was above here. There was where the winches and that were, or the dead spill winch, or whatever it was up here.
Wind something or other? Windless? I forget.
Windlass. You got it.
Yeah, and there's a galley or mess hall I thought was here too.
There was, yeah. Yeah, they're really going to town now. I mean, they probably have been all along, which is probably a bit more obvious in these last few particular photos. So I still haven't seen the end of the flight deck yet. I wonder if that is the end of it there finally. A bit hard to tell on that angle.
It looks like
the hangar deck, sorry.
I think it is, because looks as a dumpster and these. It looks like it steps down.
That might even be under the hangar deck now.
I'm
What
confused.
a mess. What a mess. I mean, then all down here, there's all these decks down here still. Far out.
Yeah, and then there's the ordnance elevators, probably.
Ordnance up into the hang. Oh, even up to the flight deck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I was like looking at those lockers in the front. I don't know where anything would be on this, but yeah, there's. I don't think that was for ordnance, but
Yeah, I imagine they carry a decent array of ordnance on a fighting vessel, and plus fuel and all the other things they need to keep those jet aircraft functional and fighting. Oh, the whole the front fell off, now the back's fallen off too.
that power.
What are they?
Compressors.
Little chains, more little chains far out. Would
Did
they
you
be
say
the
little
rudders?
chains?
Yeah.
What?
Would they be the rudders?
Yeah. Yeah, because look right below, you can see the rudder by the oil. Yeah.
A decent rudder post. Fuck, that's huge. I mean, I said far out then, by the way. I just said it Aussie style, far out. That's my story anyway. I'm sticking to it. Cool. Nice.
Where's Chrome Kiwi to talk about decks?
Stop it.
Six decks at that.
Now.
There he is.
What I want to see is his 3D render of that ship.
Kiwis.
With all the decks and rooms and stuff.
Wrong thing. See if we can find a cutaway. Got to call it old one, don't we? Where is the cutaway? Maybe not. I thought someone would have a cutaway drawing of it. Just can't see any.
Blow up.
Oh, there's one of sorts. Well, that's. Is that it? Might be, might not. No, that's an old World War II one. In here, doesn't matter. Just it's worth a quick look.
No, Australian one, it's upside down.
Yeah.
It's a reef.
Yeah, because gravity down here works upside down, so it can cling upside down under the ball, under the globe. Yeah, that's it. Absolutely.
Wait, if gravity over there works upside down, wouldn't that be right side up?
Everything's upside down here,
sorry.
apparently.
Sorry.
Yeah. Right. That's always a good argument for the flurpers. How do things? Give me a photo. So that's that's that road we're talking about, yeah, and that's the site there, yeah.
Yep. Well, the site is further down, but yes, that's the road.
Oh,
Yeah,
where is that again?
If you look at the map, the site is quite a ways down. So
Yeah,
the road gets out to the shoreline, and then you got to go down a little ways to get to it. The white road.
Heard event dudes.
We're looking at this intersection here. And that'll put the site up here somewhere.
Yeah, Puddle or somewhere further.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Up there somewhere.
Yeah, right there. That's a little shark tooth. So much dredging spoils.
I heard of
gotcha,
it too.
So did I jump over a bit, dudes?
I don't think on purpose or anything like that. I think Dudes has been hopefully going to unmute himself and say something. Dudes?
No, you're good. I was just making sure you got the right road. You seemed to be confused there, but Alex pulled y'all out of that, so we're good.
Yay! I'm learning.
This is the right road, isn't it? Isn't that road?
Yeah.
That's what we're right up. Yeah.
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 And that notch is the key. That notch right above your hand is the key to where the land is.
Yeah.
I look for the shark tooth.
Oh, and opposite that too.
Yeah, the turning basin.
I can't quite see it in that picture anyway. Cool. Awesome. So that's there. Pretty well. Yeah. There. Nice. Well, that looks like, a lot of work before they get that going. I can see that. Is that what I'm seeing there? The difference in water depth there, whether dredging and whether not?
Yeah.
Does that mean there's buoys here to mark? That have to be. Oh, that they're buoys there. Yeah.
Yeah, they're constantly running that dredge back and forth.
Yeah. Cool. Oh, that's actually the site.
No,
that's the site.
Yeah. What's that camp on it? It's like
so
they
is
have
this
dredging.
SpaceX already?
No, that's for the dredge. I think those are.
Okay.
Yeah, because they've been right. That one they've been dumping. I'd call it tailings, but I don't think I don't know what dredging spoils are.
Yeah.
Brian Neres has a question. He's wondering,
Sure.
when is this all supposed to start?
Ooh, it's the backroom deals. I think they're going to get their approval, but it's going to be however long it takes Army Corps of Engineers. Luckily, there's the LNG plant that was vying to get developed there. So there's at least the records have been done for a lot of the area in the surveys. So they can kind of they'll have to redo it for whatever they're doing, but at least most of the unknowns are probably been surfaced. Oh, Steph, that huge trench for the electrical by the where you were, yeah, just below right there. Last week I noticed that. Yeah, when you were like, I don't know where's it. I thought they were burying everything. Little did we realize that that entire area was where they're burying it.
Well, I'm going to do a trench. Wow, that's a huge trench.
Yeah. I know I saw it. I'm like, where's Steph? She'd get a kick out of this.
Yeah, so it looks like it's even coming out of this switch room even. Oh, that's the underground's going straight into there.
Right.
Then switched or whatever into these.
Yeah,
so I'm still expecting some bigger transformers out here, perhaps? Or is this it?
I would hope, like, that's the side we're just looking at. It looks like where all the high voltage stuff is for the trains, but for any of the normal buildings, I think that's the other switch charter it's going to be. Because, yeah, last week, all of those buildings facing those enormous step-down transformers in each of those cells.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for the trains, yeah, like you said, and there must be something for general power for the rest of the site. Oh, there's another one there. Is that a train, though? Is that a... Oh, there's another set of transformers in here, perhaps.
Yeah. Yeah, that last week's. Of course, when you weren't around, it's like, oh, wow, all the power stuff is just sprung out of the ground. And so
this is more distribution here. These are distribution buildings here.
Don't those look like the old power hut they had at Massey's before it burnt to the ground?
It does. Although they don't have a Ship 36 sitting right nearby. Although they do have something quite explosive though, but not
quite a bit larger. And yeah, the ASU, there's that square is I think we're both going to be right and wrong at the ASU. I think they're going to build a power building where you think, but I don't think it's a trailer as it's sitting by Hoppy.
Make me go back there, aren't you?
Hey. You know me,
that's
a
not
good
it.
wander.
This will do. Yeah, it's definitely a busy spot, that's for sure. You think this is bigger than that bunker they've got sitting next to Hopper?
I know in the plan there's 3 enclosed buildings. There's a control bunker, the compressor hall, and there's a third one. So that's why I'm like, I don't, because the building by Hoppy, if it's like the other 2 they brought in, they didn't have this massive amount of conduits coming up underneath them.
Just park an SPMT there, why don't you?
Somebody's gonna steal Hoppy in the dead of night.
So that building at Hopper kind of looks like it may even fit here,
or in the front as well. Yeah, because the square they're building here is really starting to look, especially from this shot where you have 2 walls just covered. That reminds me a lot more of the old Massey's power bunker.
And like we thought there's going to be, so I thought there's going to be cooling towers here, but because of the way these conduits come up here, it looks like the building's actually going to be here, yeah?
And the towers are going to be in front and behind it, I think.
Up here, yeah.
Yeah. There's definitely a bunch there. And there's a bunch of piles here, so, and it looks like there's a smaller areas, where it's landing areas. But then this area was just that magnitude.
Cool.
So yeah, we might both have been right and wrong at the same time.
How does that work with crow? I cook you some crow, you cook me some crow? We send it by email?
Yeah, it's a potluck. I bring a recipe and you bring a crow recipe, and yeah.
Very good. There's a lot of auxiliary stuff being built, as well as their final lines are getting built. Their delivery to the port things, much as we expect. Oh, this is new. Oh, and they're putting ladders, they're putting a staircase up.
And
well, that has to do with what's going up here.
Yeah. And there's probably going to be a suspended ceiling above the tank, so the dome section is just going to be sort of dead airspace. Somewhere I found a cross section of one of these tanks, and usually they suspend a false ceiling.
Like a steel roof or another concrete?
It's inside the tank. It's suspended, yeah.
Gotcha. Did we? But we've seen that's the lid. That's the ceiling. There's nothing below that ceiling here, though, is there?
It'll be suspended inside the tank. I'll find and send it for next week. But yeah.
Oh, that's all good. Cool. All right. Okay. Looking around the sites, there's a bit of steel. I think we're pretty well done for today's show-ish, unless there's something someone wants to continue on otherwise.
I sent the pictures that you were requesting for the ship. You can do them, because we'll just use them continuously for the next shows anyway, so for the... Yep.
Oh, cool.
Such a big boat. Good year, 67. Best year ever. Actual blueprints, wow.
And it's a drawing somebody made. The site made. They got a bit carried away. I'll be honest. Yeah.
Wowza! Somebody made that?
Best I can tell, maybe. I mean, it's from the website. I'd have to look at more. I spent all of 3 minutes because that was requested, so I'll have to look more into it. But
Yeah, it's awesome when people up the side do some digging, because it's hard when you're presenting. It's hard to do both. So you got your aircraft elevators, your catch cables, cats 3 and 4, and cats 1 and 2. I think these old elevators, I think these might have been decommissioned in time, but there's some more aircraft elevators. And ordnance elevators, I guess they park them in here, they park them back here. I guess the ordnance elevators will be popping up through the deck somewhere here. Not sure what these are. They might be just references rather than actual things.
Seawas, maybe.
It's saying it's failed. Oh my goodness, yeah, it's so many rooms. Oh my goodness. Far out. So we saw that up the front. Yeah, we saw this seating sort of at the front there the other week. I think sort of what you're referring to. Looks like it anyway.
Oh. Then the debrief theaters.
oh, you'd have to zoom in, like download it and actually zoom it in on your gallery or the Windows application to see that. It's all you can see all that. You just have to zoom it all the way in.
The PDF or like a Illustrator file?
No, it's just PNG, but you'd have to actually download it, I think, to get the full to zoom in more.
Or open it up in a web browser. Right click it, Steph.
That's
Never mind.
risky.
Yeah.
Right clicking it?
Web
No, I
browsering it.
didn't want to do it. Right click, right click, right click, right click. No, it doesn't want to do it. There's some, it says down here too, something about fail, but it's okay. I've got
What's the title block on the right-hand corner say? Can you get a shot of that?
oh, there's a side shot too. Wow, yeah. So there's decks all the way down. Oh, all the way down. Far out. So many decks. So that's the hangar, what we're seeing now. So the flight deck, we saw that all get removed as the ship was getting pulled apart, and what we're seeing now is the hangar deck now. Yeah, when you're down, yeah, it looks better. Yeah, downloaded. Just give me a sec.
Yeah, there's so much detail in this. It's crazy. Oh, good. We have many weeks to dive into this each week to figure out, hey, what's this part?
So did we find did you find the chameleon circuit of aircraft carriers?
Yeah.
You can also, well, never mind.
Wow.
That's where the ladies. That's the one little room for the ladies. Lock as well. Oh,
Well, when this was built, it was probably men only.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully, the new ones they've actually did the right thing.
There's a lot of ladies in the in the modern Department of Defence.
Yeah.
Same in Australia. Yeah. Well, I'll do that for another show. That's awesome. Yeah, I'll use them. I'll get them all downloaded into my folder there, and yeah, we'll be able to cross-reference them. I'm not sure which deck we'll have to look at what deck we're on over here to work out what we're looking at actually on the ship itself. But like these things here looks very close to where is that? What we're actually seeing. Oh, let me see here. Hang on. Got to find the folder. There it is. It looks like sort of what we're seeing here, these sort of squares here, and that looks very similar to sort of these sort of areas. So yeah, we've just got to work out what deck we're on over here, and so those 3 levels, got to work out what decks we're on, that's all. Oh, is this all the decks? Oh, Yeah, there we go. There's the actual decks. So the very bottom, the hold, right up to the flight deck.
PK, were you
Cool.
able to see the label you were asking for?
Yeah, it looks like it's an original drawing from Newport News Shipyard. If you read the title block.
Oh, so yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yes. Where was that? Let me just open it up again. Sorry.
Hull
Yes.
Design Division Structural Department. This was an original drawing.
Yeah. Yep. Original blueprints. Yeah. So
Date on it 65. Yeah.
here. Yep. And some approvals. Yep. So these would be, post. What do you call it? Secret. They're not, because the ship's been decommissioned and it's old tech. Like when this first came out, this would have been highly secret. Yeah.
Yeah, probably not.
It
Because
says
so much of this stuff is built subassembly and other places that it's probably not that all classified. Certain areas of it would be.
it says it was
I love it.
modified in 2011 and then released 2020.
Yeah, things like the war room and the software and some of the actual technical stuff would be probably highly secret. Yeah, but not necessarily just the actual superstructure so much.
Again, this is just a room layout. There's no real design here.
Yeah,
true,
the actual structural steel.
Wow. Yeah. So many revisions. Wow. Kelly's saying later. That was Pillar. Kelly's saying later, Pillar. Awesome. Well, I'll definitely take interest in that. Good on you. Thanks for doing that event, dudes. It's amazing. Come up with some amazing stuff. Now, there was some other stuff with... Matt, you sent me some stuff, DM. What was that about? Was that something we should cover?
That was some stuff that Event Dudes had put up in Patreon Lounge.
Well, there's some oil stuff. I don't know what you sent him, but there's some other stuff, yeah.
There was this thing.
Oh, that was just a joke. I was surprised to see that. That's Highway 4, but they put it in tabs, so you could see like all the money and what they're projecting the start date and everything else. But
Whoa, what? Nearly 200 million.
Interesting, though. The start date is August 4th and the end date is next year of July.
okay, this is actually where he's talking about what they want to do. I sent you the video, but I think it's 21 minutes. I would have to look real quick. Click like 21 minutes and see where we're at here. That dude will stand back up and like it'll be number 9. Yeah, scroll back a little bit. Audio. Not her. Yeah, here we go.
Is anybody hearing it?
No.
No.
Is everyone hearing it?
Nope.
I
No.
hear it in Discord. If you turn up the volume, the Discord volume.
Yeah, you have to go to turn your own volume up for that.
Got it.
So YouTube's not hearing it either. Okay, so just for now, he's saying that I'll just go back a little time. He's just explaining the site and the amount of money for the deposit and the yearly lease.
You could turn closed captions, maybe.
Or do you have to turn your volume in the lower right?
I turned my volume in, so we can hear it if you play it.
SpaceX is seeking authority to negotiate a 50-year lease for approximately 83 acres located along the south side of the channel. The purpose of the lease is to construct a dock to support SpaceX operations. Security deposit would be $164,381.50. Annual lease rate is $657,526. 83 acres at a rental rate of $79.22 per acre. Staff recommends B&D commissioners approve the authority to negotiate for Space Exploration Technologies Corp. SpaceX.
Chief, one question on this item. Besides the wharf dock that they want to build, have they indicated what other improvements they plan to make on this property?
Yeah, out of the 83 acres, obviously a portion of it will be a heavy-duty dock, but the rest will be for assembly line operations for space cargo that comes off, that they'll be able to do some work there on site.
Chief, I was going to ask about access from that dock area and the land to Highway 4.
Yes, sir. What's going to have to
see it in what was provided. But
I'm sorry, sir?
I did not see it in what was provided, but I'm sure there's some access.
Yeah, there's going to be some access, and we're going to go over that through the authority to negotiate. What's going to happen is there is a road, if you go more to the left there, I don't know if we're able to do that, but there's a road there that they will be able to use coming around. Now, they're going to have to improve that road, or we're going to have to engage in some sort of, mutual agreement for us to build a road to that site.
I think we've probably all been on that road at one time or another, and it is going to need some improvement.
Well, the good thing about it is with Westlake out there and what they've done to compact that and add a lot of base to that, it's actually pretty good road. So, the cost on that should be less because, we're just looking at the top now, except for some reinforcement. But yes, there is going to have to be some road work done to be able to go down there in front of the DMPA to get to that site.
As long as we can get some, I'm not going to say detailed information of what they want to build, but I would like to know what they want to build, only for the fact that they're asking for 50 years.
Yes, sir.
That to me, that they have to show us that they're really going to invest something that's going to not just benefit them, but benefit us also.
Yeah, I think before we bring this
timelines as well.
Timelines as well, yes, sir. I think before we bring this up to the lease point during the negotiation period, we'll do our due diligence like we've had with other tenants who want to build a quote dock or wharf, and assure that this is up to the standards of the Port of Brownsville, because essentially that's what we're going to need to do, and be able to add the details on how we're going to create the access road to the site, and be the ingress, egress, and how that will all work. But once we get to that point, we'll definitely have that available for you before we go into a lease.
I would assume if they do this like they've done everything else, since they've been here, they'll do it first class and it'll be done right.
Pretty quick, too.
Beneficial. Yeah. Thank you. Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman, Commission. Item number 10, consideration and action on general counsel agreement with rent.
Who's the gentleman presenting again?
Yes.
Okay.
It sounded like the Port of Brownsville contractor that deals with SpaceX on this.
Yeah, he's the
representative.
negotiator. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
But he works for the Port of Brownsville.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It sounds like SpaceX has a good rapport with that Port Authority, that they said as normal it'll be done quickly and accurately and correctly.
Yep. And as you were hearing there, basically that was just the approval for the negotiations to move forward, and they still want to know details, which I want to know too. And they want to know why 50 years. They want to know what they're building. The guy did elaborate a little bit about the assembly line of cargo coming in, and that's kind of what they, other than the fact they would be, doing the normal shipping of the rockets and stuff.
All right, chat. Any last questions there? I'm going to pretty well wrap up the show now. We've pretty well got everything wrapped up this week. I'll just quickly thank Alex once again for your time and patience. I really enjoy having you doing these shows with you. I think we do quite well together between. You're in most of the chats with us also. You're quite versatile there, so I really appreciate your time once again.
All good. I don't think I need to be patient. I mean, I think it's hilarious whenever you say I'm patient. Just terrified what my time must look. Anyway, never mind. It's all good. We'll do it again next week, I'm sure. Quit laughing at me, Andy. That's not nice. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Yeah. And thanks, Indy, for keeping an eye on chat for us with the questions and donations and for doing all that.
It's always my pleasure. And before we get too far, we do want to thank Wilbo Baggins for his £2 donation, who is very, very, very thankful to Matt, who was able to give him the link to the music for this show, because Wilbo Baggins is way into this music and was hoping to hear it or set it for his alarm as well as to dance to it. So thank you, and you're welcome, Wilbo. And thanks for having me, Steph.
Oh, it's our pleasure. And I'll once again thank oh, sorry, I've talked over some. Sorry.
Said,
I don't think you did.
Bilbo.
Oh.
It was Wilbo, sorry.
All right, I'll thank all your Discord members here for your ongoing support. We really appreciate that. It keeps the channel running. And all the YouTube members there on YouTube, thank you very much for your continuing support. And I've been Stephanie B, and I'll hand it over to Matt.
All right. Yep. I will just parrot the thanks to everybody. We really appreciate y'all showing up. And today is Tuesday. Our next flyover is scheduled for Friday this week. So just a few days away, and we'll have our flyover stream again. Then we'll have our normal weekly show on Saturday. So look forward to that, guys. So with that, we'll see you in just a few days. Love, peace, and chopstick rail grease.